Hello, I'm Misha from Georgia, and I wish to talk about the prospects of converting vehicles to electric vehicles. Before I begin describing Tesla-inspired projects to convert gasoline-powered luxury vehicles into electric vehicles, I would like to highlight Tesla's advantages in making electrification possible in segments of transportation that were previously considered unattainable by electrification. After the successful project of Elon Musk's Tesla, electrification has covered almost all types of transport and has penetrated even into such unimaginable segments as aviation. Now, let's get acquainted with the best representatives of this technique in their classes. Let's start with the most primitive form of transport, a bicycle. And so, here is an electric bike and a favorite for experts in this class. Stromer ST7 is an electric bike with a sophisticated design and long-range capability for its class. The electric bike is assembled on a durable frame. It is made of composite profiles, which increases the structural strength, so necessary at high speeds, and is characterized by high engine performance. And most importantly, it has an exceptionally long range capability. The next type of electric transport is a motorcycle, or rather an electric motorcycle. ARS Vector, named a favorite in its class, electric motorcycle, Vector. Apart from its futuristic appearance, this electric motorcycle stands out for its outstanding characteristics such as speed and range, which is very different from similar motorcycles. Speed is up to 160 miles per hour. Charging time is only 40 minutes. This car became a pioneer and the catalyst for the spread of electrification to all other segments. The company and this car are pioneers that have achieved real results in the automotive industry, capable of competing with and even surpassing their gasoline counterparts in many ways. The first representative of electric vehicles is the legendary electric sedan and the best in its class, Tesla Model S. It was a new word in the auto industry, which radically changed the lives of car enthusiasts and the perception of cars in general. Introducing the Tesla Model S. In addition to being a pioneer of mass production of electric vehicles, according to experts, it remains a leader in its class. The new Tesla Plaid is much faster than its peers. The main value of electric vehicles is that it is the best in its class in terms of range. This car is a leader in all aspects, except for one thing, and that is outdated design. The rest is the most important thing for an electric car. That's a decent range, fast acceleration, the best among all production cars, not only electric ones, equipped with all the latest generation systems, autonomous driving, and others. Rolls-Royce Spectre. Introducing the next car in our list, it's not an ordinary sedan, but a luxurious electric luxury car, Rolls-Royce Spectre. This car was presented to the public in October 18, 2022. Although this car does not stand out for its range and speed, which are the main characteristics of electric cars, it stands out among luxury electric cars as the first car in its class and for its exclusivity. The car is undergoing pre-sale tests. Range 323 miles, 520 kilometers. Price USD 400K. Introducing the next car, Mercedes EQV 300. It is the best in its class. Well, for the simple reason that it has no competitors, and at the moment, it is the only electric minivan. Yes, you haven't seen it before. This electric minivan has been sold in Europe for more than 4 years. The next car on our list is unparalleled and unique in its class, the electric minivan from Mercedes EQV 300. This model is an electric version of the Mercedes V-Class, which in turn is a luxury version of the Mercedes Vito, the equivalent of which is sold in America under the name Mercedes Metris. Although outwardly, this car is very similar to its American brother Metris. However, the V-Class is a luxury version and is very different from the Vito and its American counterpart, the Metris. As I told you, this electric minivan is the first and best in its class, not because it's unrivaled as an electric minivan, but also because this Mercedes, known as the V-Class, is a luxury version of its famous brother in Europe, which is sold in Europe under the name Mercedes Vito, which is presented in the American market as the Mercedes Metris. However, its luxury version is the Mercedes V-Class, the same Mercedes Viano, the electric version of which has been sold in Europe since 2019 under the name Mercedes EQV 300. It has not yet been released in the US market, and it is unknown when this will happen. The Mercedes V-Class is better equipped, and the electric version of the EQV 300 is even better. For example, air suspension, which made the car very soft and comfortable. The feeling of comfort is also enhanced by very comfortable seats. There's an 8-seat version and a 7-seat VIP version with a bar in the middle row, with opening trunk glass. And in general, the interior has an improved front console, an electric mechanism on the trunk with double opening, and an electric mechanism on the side doors. There is also a convenient shelf in the trunk, climate control in the rear, and of course front and rear lighting optics. It is also planned to begin sales of a modified version in 2024. So meet the Mercedes EQV 300, the first all-electric minivan from Mercedes. It uses a powerful 100 kilowatt battery, which is the most important thing in an electric car. Range 250 miles, 400 kilometers. However, the car uses 90% of its battery power to improve its performance. Introducing the next vehicle, an electric off-road vehicle based on the legendary G-Class, the best representative of off-road vehicles in the world, the electric off-road vehicle, EQG. Externally, it differs little from its internal combustion engine variant except for the front grille and rear trunk. It can turn on the spot like a tank. This off-road vehicle also has excellent characteristics, like its combustion engine variants. Very good range, claimed range of over 747 miles, 1,200 kilometers per h, which makes it the best in its class. It is unknown if a coupe version or convertible version is planned. Most likely no. Next, I present an electric boat. Experts call the X-Shore Elex 8000 the best representative of electric boats. Range 100 nautical miles, engine 170 kilowatts, battery 126 kWh, maximum speed 30 plus knots, cruising speed 20 knots. I would also introduce another result of electrification, the Chinese Flay car Xpeng LLC. But since it is not available for sale and there is no way to order it, I would like to introduce you to the European-made flying electric car, Flen, Jetson Aero, sales of which have already begun, with the order list stretched out until 2027. Electric flying car, Jetson Aero, range 25 kilometers per h, speed 60 miles per hour, 100 kilometers per h. Next, I would like to introduce an electric helicopter, but there is no real working model yet. Only Sikorsky, Mosquito, Robinson have started testing helicopters. However, none of the models are ready yet, but there is an expectation that a worthy representative will appear here soon. Next, I present the electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft eVTOL by Joby. This is a new niche in the aviation industry, which has been helped by electrification. There are worthy representatives here, but we are once again going beyond numbers, and the most important numbers are the flight range indicators. They deserve a place as the best aircraft in their class. eVTOL operation, vertical takeoff and landing, 0 emissions in operation, 1 pilot plus 4 passengers, maximum range 150 miles, maximum speed 200 miles per hour. What about airplanes? There are achievements in this area as well. Of course, there are several options, but there is one that is special and highly technological. It's the 11-seat Alice aircraft. The electric aircraft Alice. This aircraft has shattered almost all stereotypes regarding high operating costs, such as fuel and power plant services or turbojet engines. As is known, electric motors are much more reliable and have a longer service life compared to internal combustion engines and turboprops, not to mention their fuel consumption and overall costs required for them. As for the aircraft itself, besides, it is also very refined visually. Compared to its fuel competitors, it is more beautiful. Moreover, it is very obedient in control, as is known, especially in crosswinds, which negatively affect the aircraft during landing. It is difficult for the aircraft to maneuver, since the regulation coefficient of gas turbine engines' reactive power is very low compared to an electric motor. Electric motors are better in many ways. For example, the acceleration activation coefficient of electric motors. Electric motors can instantly increase and decrease speed, thus ensuring quick and instantaneous maneuvering. It is much easier for a twin-engine aircraft to maintain its course. This is especially important for the runway. Of course, the electric aircraft Alice is not without its drawbacks. As for the drawback, it is the distance. Currently, the range is 250 miles, 400 kilometers, but for sales planned for 2027, the distance is planned to be doubled and increased to 800 to 1,000 kilometers. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel. After this video, I will offer you another video in which I will present cars that were very popular in Europe but were not sold in America through official dealers. These are cars that the American consumer is not familiar with. So, after a long wait, I have finally been given the opportunity to implement a long-standing idea and start the description of the conversion of luxury cars. I came up with this idea back when the Porsche Taycan, Mercedes EQS, and Rolls-Royce Spectre were not even on the horizon. Now, I am faced with the choice of which model to start with: the 2015 Mercedes-Benz S550, the 2012 Bentley Continental, the Hummer H1, or the 2002 Mercedes-Benz G500. I look forward to your feedback in the form of subscribing to the channel and helping me choose from these listed cars. Thank you all for being active on the channel. Which conversion of these cars would be more interesting for you?